What's happening, guys? I bet you have missed the Russell rants. I know you see me without my shirt on a lot these days, but I am in Thailand, and these are absolutely gorgeous views. I'm in a hot tub right now, and gotta do what you gotta do. So we're going to talk a little bit more about Ponderosa and Heroes versus Villains, exactly what happened out there. They had my founder, the person that found me, her name was Erica Shea. Erica Shea gets fired at Heroes versus Villains Ponderosa before the game even starts. Drama out the butt. That's why, I'm only going to post this on this channel mostly from now on, so they're missing a lot. So this is what happened. We had a crybaby. His name is Boston Rob. Now, Parvati was not supposed, I'm sure you've heard these rumors before, but Parvati was not supposed to be on the villain tribe. That's why the colors of her clothes are light colors. They're not red, they're not black, they're different colors. And then I think the villain was supposed to be, believe it or not, Candace. I don't know how that was the case, but I think that that's what the villain was supposed to be. But this was the situation. They were starting to try to make pre-game alliances in Ponderosa, which is like stupid, because you've had months, you know who's playing the game. If you want to make a pre-game alliance, I'm sure you already made it. The only one that didn't know anybody, and this is where I tell you guys I had my disadvantage, is I didn't know a single one of them. The only one I knew was James, because he worked for me in a club a long time ago, and he wasn't on my side. So my advantage was knowing James, but I never got to play with him. Everybody else's advantage was knowing everybody. They all got to play with each other. They snuck phones into Ponderosa, and they were somehow talking to each other. Someone told me that this happened. I wasn't talking to anybody because I didn't know the deal. I didn't know what everybody was doing. I was new. I just come back from 2 weeks. I thought this is a legit thing. I thought people take this serious. So all of a sudden, Erica Shea gets fired because they say that she is trying to make a pregame alliance. Like she is putting alliance together. A handler, a cast, not cast, just a handler. She helps find people, a casting director. So they thought that she was trying to put things together. Now she came talk to me. I don't know if this is showing, but I hope it's not. She came and talked to me, and she didn't say, oh, you need to work, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Everybody there was smart players. We all know what we need to do and who we need to work for or work with. When the game starts, that's when we do those type of things. You're stupid if you do a pregame alliance and you start and you listen to someone else and say, if Erica would have said, okay, you need to align with, just for whatever, Randy, you need to align with Parvati, you need to align with whoever she puts together in her little mind. You think I'm going to listen to that? Hell no. Well, anyway, it was getting around that she was saying that, and they fired her on the spot. Now, she found me. She's done everything for me. She got me on the show. I'm a loyal guy. I'm sure you can tell. I'm very loyal to a fault. Giving away idols and stuff like that. Now, when they fired her, I was livid. I was pissed. I wanted to know what happened. You tell me what the fuck happened. And they said she has to go. Then I hear that Boston Rob goes crying to Jeff saying, Erica is telling everybody to align with everybody, and she's trying to get alliances together right now, and she can't be on the side of the heroes because there's too many of them. Like Boston Rob is the reason that Poverty was on the villain side instead of the hero side, because he was crying like a little bitch from the get-go. Crying already. Didn't say nothing about me because he didn't know me, but I took his butt out real quick. I took his butt out before the merge, baby. That's right. So I was so mad I was done. To me, she was a good friend. To me, she's one of my best friends at that time. It was like stabbing me in the back. You stab my friend in the back, you stab me in the back. I told Jeff, that's it. I'm done. Send me home. I'm done. I was like, I ain't playing. Because you don't quit the game until you start playing. So I was like, I'm done. They bring Mark Burnett and Jeff and me together to talk. And I said, why did you fire Erica? He said, because I'm the boss, that's why. And he said, she's my employee. And he started kind of raising his voice to me. And I said, she's my fucking friend. So I started hollering, I'm mad. And I said, send me home. You think I need this show? You think I work for you? I don't work for you. And then Jeff was like, ding, 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 back to your corners. Now, Mark stopped talking at that point because he knew he had me heated. I just played a whole game. I laid my heart and soul out for everybody, for production, for the viewers, for everybody, for my family, and then for Erica that found me for this show. And then you just fire her like that, and you come to me and you say, oh, she's my employee, like she's a piece of trash, and you don't even know the truth, what really happened. Nobody even knows what really happened. That's some good information, and that is a rant. So eventually, Poverty played on the side that Boston Rob wanted her to play on, and eventually Boston Rob went home because of his own stupidness. Maybe he could have lasted a little longer if Poverty was on the other side. So I was mad. Now, I want to say that after that, me and Mark, we get along. He follows very few people on Twitter. He follows me. He's an amazing person. I was out of my element. I didn't know basically my own name at that point. My mind was mush, and all it knew was Survivor and strategic and playing the game. That's all I knew. And that's all I wanted to do. I would have done that forever and ever and ever until I died. Like, my mind was playing that game hard. I can honestly tell you, and I don't care what Survivor says, what any Survivor says, I give my all to that game more than anybody that's ever played that game in the history of that game. If they have a challenge where you take a fucking finger off one at a time, I say I go first. I go first. And then you go. Let's see who's bad now. And then I'll keep going. Let's take the hand off. Like, I was in that zone. No, at this point, I want to keep my fingers. And I wouldn't do that if I played again. But I played the first 2 times I played. That's the type of zone I was in. And I think that's why people say, oh, Russell can't get over this. First of all, I have a YouTube channel and I talk Survivor. And then now I have another YouTube channel and I've traveled the world. So, yes, I'm going to talk, like they say, if I talk about, let's say I do a whole thing about Sandra. Or she'll say, you can't get over it. I have a YouTube channel that I talk mostly Survivor. When I get home, I'm going to start talking more about other reality TV shows. I wish I was there to talk about the challenge because Survivor players are on it. But I'm not, and it's hard to watch over here, almost impossible. I know some of you guys are going to say in the comments how I can possibly do it, but it's very hard. I can't even pay my truck note from here. I can't dial the 1-800 number. I can't, I'm trying to email them. It's just, everything's so difficult. If you don't have it set up, if you plan to leave, make sure you pay all your bills in advance and you do everything in advance before you go, because it's hard to do when you're here. I called T-Mobile and said I need to pay my truck note, man. I need to. So they tried to dial the number for me and still couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. So anyway, so yes, I was pissed at Mark at that point, and we're close now. Like I said, we're friends. If Mark asked me to do anything, I'd do it for him. He's a great person. I was just in the moment. I was heated, and they just fired one of my best friends that helped me get on the show. That the whole time after Samoa, she's like, Russell, you made history. And I didn't even know what she was talking about. She said, Jimmy Fallon is hashtagging your name, like stuff like that. She was like, what you just did is gonna be in the history books of Survivor. And I didn't know what she was talking about, but we would talk like that. You know, we were really close. And I went to her house and seeing her boyfriend, and we used to always hang out. And she would do special things for me. Her and her boyfriend put my name all over their house one time, like hidden idols looking for stuff. Just cool things, fun things. So yes, I was mad, but they calmed me down, and I did say send me home. And what would happen if they would have? I don't know that they would have just had an extra girl there, because the only girl there was Natalie from Micronesia. They didn't have another extra guy there. She was the only girl there. But they sure didn't expect me to say that. And anybody else, they might have sent home. They wasn't sending me home. I knew that, and I knew they wasn't sending me home. So I have another story to tell about Ponderosa on my next one, but that one is pretty cool. So that's all I got. I wanted to go ahead and make sure that you get. I have 2 videos dropping on the Russell Hantz Show. Two really good videos. One, me visiting Ba's village. Believe it or not, I met her family, which is crazy to me. After 5 actual days of meeting with someone, you're meeting their family. But I have other videos coming, and then the video when I'm trying to take care of that family. I hope you guys are watching that. That one's hopefully the money gets raised, and that we can do that video in a couple of days. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, which all of you that's watching this channel should have already subscribed, that's why you're here. If you don't like, I'm gonna say this a lot too, guys. If you don't like, if you kind of like me but you don't know about it, unsubscribe. We don't need you here. I just want this channel to be people that are my fans, people that I can depend on. And that's why I started this channel, and that's what I'm going to do. I do not want anybody on this channel that is negative. I just want to. You can be negative, you just can't be an asshole. Just don't curse at people or say stupid stuff like me. Just let me say the stupid stuff. Leave that up to me. So that's all I got for you guys. Until next time, let's go. Keep hope alive. Let's get a view first. And this hotel is one of the cheapest, dealing with how nice it is. This hotel is literally 600 baht a night, which is, I never get it right, $25 a night, maybe. This is the hot tub, and we staying in that room right there. We already lost the key. I haven't told anybody anything yet, but I'm sure I'm gonna have to pay 500 baht for another key, so that's $15. I probably lost the key, like I lost the passport and everything else. I think I'm losing my mind. So that's all, guys. Keep hope alive.